Crew, we've arrived. Disruptors have assembled.
Welcome, gang. We got a great weekend.
Who's that?
Benoit Blanc, the detective?
Mr. Blanc, I cannot overstate my gratitude to be here.
A billionaire's beautiful island is the setting for a weekend getaway for a small, eclectic group of successful disruptors and murder. We're talking about Glass Onion, the second film in the Knives Out murder mystery series. And as great as Daniel Craig is as Detective Benoit Blanc, what if I told you that it was two other actors that made this a must-see movie?
So what's this podcast about?
Somebody got to keep it real, you know.
Reclaiming my time
by winning.
Keep my wife's name.
Catch me outside, how about that?
You're talking to
Unabashed hater.
My style is impetuous.
King Kong ain't got.
You come in with some nice waves and a black screw.
You're average looking at best. I took offense to that.
Robert.
You ain't got the answer, Sway.
I have you beat.
You now have the unmitigated Gall.
Thank you for joining the Unmitigated Gall podcast. We talk TV, we talk movies, and we don't hold back. I am the real EG. At my side, she wants to be a Leslie Odom fangirl, but he just ain't tall enough. Hey, Chevalerie.
Oh, that's good. That's good. Yeah, no. He's also
Am
married,
I wrong?
I think. He's also married. Yeah,
Well, you
no.
can still lust after a married man.
You can, but you shouldn't.
Oh, really? Okay. All these years, these women lusting after Denzel were doing wrong.
I know. You know what's so funny? I knew he was in the movie, but I didn't really recognize him in that character. He looked a little different to me.
It was great. What'd you think of the movie?
Honestly, I think I liked it better than the first one. I really enjoyed the first one. I watched it with my youngest son, Winston, and was that one also on Netflix, or was that released in the movie? I feel like we went to the movies, but maybe not. I can't remember. But I really enjoyed the first one. I like a good murder mystery, but I think I liked this one a lot better. I thought the story was really good, and I sort of like the fact that the person who did the murder, it's all right there in front of you, but I couldn't figure it out.
Yeah, it was obvious, right?
Wait, you figured out who the person was, who the murderer was?
Yeah, that Miles was the murderer, right?
You figured that out before it happened.
Well, he was obviously going to be the one that had the motive to kill, right?
Right. But I just figured that's
to
so
keep his
obvious.
empire.
Like, you're not going to have it be the person who, I don't know. I guess I was looking and trying to find other clues about who done it. I actually thought it for a while. I thought it was because the way they were showing her so much, the politician, Claire DeBella.
Claire. Before we get to those details,
Okay.
my assertion in the intro is that two other actors made this. And in my opinion,
100%.
Janelle Monáe
Yep.
and Dave Bautista.
Oh,
no, for me, Dave Bautista, who played Duke Cody, made the movie.
I need to find a motive for murder.
Everyone would stab a friend in the back to hold on to this rich bastard.
Kill them.
You must be really great at Clue, huh?
I'm very bad at dumb things. Ticking boxes, running around, searching all the rooms. It's just a terrible, terrible game.
Okay, I would say Janelle Monáe 100%. I didn't realize looking at the trailer that she was going to be the main character. To me, she was the main character. Even though I think Daniel Craig is supposed to be, since he's the detective. But I thought Kate Hudson killed it.
Really? I feel like Kate Hudson played Kate Hudson.
No, she just. That's how you think Kate Hudson acts?
Yeah, kind of like a flighty. She played Kate Hudson to me.
That's interesting. I thought she just was this. She played this like really perfect, over the top. Sort of famous. She wasn't a celebrity. When I looked it up, it said she was, this big fashion designer. But For me, it was her and Janelle Monáe, but for sure, 100% Janelle. Especially considering she played two people.
And played it well, right? She had the rich bitch accent and then slipped easily into the Southern. And I don't know where she's from originally, but I know she spent a lot of time in Atlanta. So I know
I was going to say,
code switching has to be a normal part of her daily life.
Right.
But I mean, that's obvious. Now, I didn't expect Dave Bautista to be so good. Now, he has quietly been like one of the best actors in the Guardians of the Galaxy series.
Yeah.
If you've seen the new Dune on HBO, he's great in that. You could tell that he's going to have a bigger role in this next one as a Harkonnen. But, you know, I didn't see that little spy movie he did with that little mixed girl, but that's not my demo. But I feel like Dave is kind of like what you hope that The Rock would be, you know, like whenever you watch The Rock play a movie,
there's some shade there.
The Rock and like Will Smith, The Rock in many ways is like a muscle bound Will Smith. You know, It's like you're watching The Rock and it's always watching The Rock, you know, it's never, you never get immersed in the character. Right. Right. But I think for somehow, as unique as Dave Bautista looks, you know, he's a former wrestler, but he sucks you in and you forget he's disarming in his delivery and he's got that comic timing, which is important. And I don't know, he was just, you know, like you kind of felt bad for the Duke. You know, he was like this huge guy, but he's also a sympathetic character.
Yeah.
I don't know. I felt like, you know, everybody else, I was Leslie Odom, he was solid. You know, he's overall, I think you got to give it up to him for just his versatility as a singer and an actor. Same with Janelle Monáe. But you don't expect these former wrestlers to be any good at acting. And I feel like he's probably the best ex-wrestler I can think of.
Yeah, well,
not there's a lot.
There aren't many. Yeah, I was going to say there aren't many to choose from. So,
hey, Rowdy Roddy Piper had that one movie. I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum.
You went way back. I don't think most people know who that is.
Right.
But no, I have to agree with you. I think that was a good way to set it up. Is like when you watch The Rock, you know, you're just seeing him in whatever setting they place him in. Whereas Dave, you know, he's doing a great job.
Yeah.
But I still think Kate kind of, I don't know, something about her character just, you know what it was? It was that dress. It's the dress she wore the night all that stuff happened. I was mesmerized by that dress.
That's what it was. And, you know, when she was walking out to the pool, she was like in a bathing suit. She had like a cover and it was flowing behind her. Yeah. And they showed her from the profile shot. I was like, I was hoping to get another shot, but no, they sat her on down after that.
Typical guy.
Kate Hudson got a little wagon for a white girl.
Oh Lord, okay. I wasn't looking at all that.
But I digress. But I feel like for the most part, like I think Kate Hudson's kind of a hippie, free-spirited, but I feel like it wasn't a big stretch for her. You know, she's been famous so long.
What I think is so interesting is that neither one of us picked someone that I think is just a phenomenal actor, and that's Edward Norton. Like he usually dominates in whatever role or whatever movie he's in. And not that he didn't do a good job in this one, but I think he was sort of outplayed by some of the other characters in this film.
And maybe Edward Norton is a victim of his own success. We expect so much from him. You know, like, you know, every time I see him, I think about all these roles he had, like American History X. And
that movie.
I think that was probably the biggest, like, whoa.
There's that one, and then what's the one with Richard Gere? You know, it has a plot twist at the end. I can't think of the name of that movie. I'm gonna. Well,
he was in one of the Silence of the Lambs videos too, like a prequel. He was in that. He was in, you know, he's been in so much stuff you can't even really recall. But I did like that they ended up making him an idiot, you know, kind of the fake it till you make it kind of guy. And it's great because in many ways, this was kind of a progressive movie as far as which characters were smart and which weren't. You know, you got Janelle Monáe's character, Andy, being like the real brains behind the operation and Miles being basically the front, you know, the charismatic white guy to get it sold, you know?
Right.
So I thought that was
There's so
very
much that
progressive.
could be said there, but I won't go down that black women run the world. I was like, of course it was a black woman that was behind all this.
Well, that's the point. Black women
Right.
don't run the world, and maybe they should, or maybe they will in the future.
Imagine
but
the world
point is,
that we would live in if we did. And not even just Janelle Monáe. He also had Leslie Odom Jr. played, sort of the scientist that sort of kept it all going. So it's
right.
like it's your typical American story. You're making progress and building things off the backs of blacks. So
Ooh. What I love though is
I don't think anyone else got that from the movie but me.
I'm sure somebody did. Somebody was at home with the Sojourner Truth poster behind them, eating it, just like, yeah, But I love that it was revealed how Miles was an idiot, and how like the things that were impressive initially ended up being bad, like that, like the boat deck that kind of rose up out of the ocean. How later on, when they were calling for police and the dispatchers was like, it's a piece of shit. It's a piece of shit.
But it's the way they were saying it, and finally they were like, oh, that's what they're saying.
Yeah, like this boat deck doesn't work. And just like having his Porsche on the roof, which was dumb and ended up falling through the ceiling, and the way he was using words, trying to sound impressive.
That's what I wanted to ask you. Did you even notice at the end when he highlights all of the words? Like, to him, that was the reason that sort of drew the detective to Miles, because he was making up all these words, and it was like, how could you not know that those aren't real words, but also be behind, such a successful empire?
Right.
Did you recognize as he was saying those words that they weren't real words? I don't think I did.
A couple I did. I didn't notice when he first came to the beach and he used one incorrectly there. Mm-hmm. I thought, oh, that doesn't sound right. But then when they were at the pool and he said he was supposed to say inflection point, I think he said infraction point or something like that. And this was the infraction. And I was like, oh, that's not right. But I was thinking, I just kind of chalked it up to maybe they're trying to make him seem kooky. I was like, a movie of this scale and budget can't miss on that. But I was like, maybe they're trying to make him seem kooky. But then, I do like how Benoit Blanc and just did everything to make this guy seem stupid, like solve the mystery, the little dinner theater murder mystery, like that for an iPad. It was great. I was like, this dude's impressive.
Yeah.
I saw people talking about this. I was just like, let me check it out, particularly Janelle Monáe's performance. Yeah. And I think I saw an article about Bautista. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. I was so surprised to see how well she did in this film. I don't know about you. I haven't really seen her in anything else. Not that I can think of anyway.
Boom. I got notes.
You got her IMDb?
I got notes. Hold on. Stand by. Yeah, so I glanced through it, and I think the biggest thing that jumps out is Hidden Figures. Now, I don't think she blew anybody's mind in that.
I forget that. Yeah, she wasn't the main character. It was Taraji P. Henson.
Right. And I don't think she blew no one ever talked about Harriet. I didn't see it. I don't think anyone went to see it.
I didn't see Harriet either. Oh.
And if you didn't go see it, Miss Miss Angela Davis didn't go see it. That means nobody saw it. So, all right. So no one saw Harriet, so we don't know how she did in that. And there was a TV series called Homecoming. Naima did watch that, and she was very much into it and encouraged. I think it's on Hulu, but I think that's a similar one where she plays. I don't want to be wrong, but I think she's like the brains behind the operation in that. So I feel like that was a good setup for this. I got to do my homework.
Because if you look at, you said Hidden Figures, that show, and now this one, she's playing very like strong, smart, black female characters, which I love that.
I can't imagine her taking a role where she wasn't playing that. You know what I mean?
It sounds like she's going to take something that's going to challenge her a bit.
Mm-hmm. Because she's pretty enough to take bimbo roles,
Oh, God. Okay.
But she just, I hate to say it. So, less challenging roles. Less challenging.
There you go.
There you go. Bimbos is so 80s and 90s.
Yeah. Showing your age.
But no, I love that. I love her switching everything, posture, accents, the way she walked. Everything changed when she went from Andy to Helen. And, you know, sometimes she had to do it in the same scene. So
Yeah.
I thought that was great.
Yeah, I thought she was really, really brilliant, and like you said, especially to see her, you know, her sister, the twin, and the fact that none of them recognized that. I think the politician did. She was like, "Nah, something's off. Something's weird about this." But the
How
fact that she
shady.
did look so different from, you know, the sister was with, you know, very sleek and sophisticated with the blonde, blunt cut, and you know, she just sort of had like curly hair, just kind of all over the place, and then that southern accent. Yeah, she did an amazing job, and I actually do know that when she was going out for, I know her, I don't think she still or goes to him or uses him, but I remember when she was going out for Hidden Figures because she went to this acting coach that I'm friends with. And he's an amazing acting coach. So
what's his name?
Victor Love.
Victor Love. Shout out Victor Love.
He has a studio in Atlanta called Evolve, and he does really great work. Another actor that went there is now on BMF. He has a pretty major role in that show. I know that's not one of your faves, but
nah.
he's done a lot of work. You'll remember him from the Richard Wright when they adapted his book Native Son. He plays the main character. He
plays Bigger?
Yeah, opposite Oprah.
Oh, he was in Moonlight then.
I don't know. Was he?
The guy that plays Bigger, the new Native Son, he was also
That's what I love
Moonlight.
about you, Eric. I love that you know about Richard Wright and Native Son. Like, I think that's awesome.
Yeah, I read it.
Yes. It's such a good book. And movie. The movie's great. But yeah, anyway, I say all that to say she went to an amazing acting coach. Not sure who she's using now, but I definitely, you can say, if you saw Hidden Figures and now you see her in this movie, you can definitely see like the evolution of her acting ability.
Janelle Monáe was in Moonlight.
Moonlight. Oh! I don't think Victor was in Moonlight.
No, I'm talking about the guy, the actor that was in, Native Son, the newer version on HBO.
Oh,
he was in Moonlight as well.
Oh, okay.
And I think Janelle Monáe, didn't she play like his crackhead mom or something? She plays the girlfriend. Oh, the girlfriend.
Remember, she plays the girlfriend.
Oh, she played
Mahershala Ali.
Yes. Yeah. Yes, I remember she was in it. Who was the mom? The mom was someone who shouldn't have been a crackhead. It was like somebody ridiculous, like Thandie Newton, or somebody that you wouldn't think of as a crackhead mom.
Right.
But anyway, I digress.
I think people do that purposely to sort of like stretch themselves. Like, remember, initially Halle Berry's career starts off with her sort of always playing these really beautiful roles, and then she switches and becomes the crackhead in which Spike Lee movie was that?
Jungle Fever.
Jungle Fever. Yeah. So, they kind of do that to sort of see, like, can I do this? And she took it to an extreme. I don't know if people know, like, went and didn't bathe and, did all kinds of things to sort of get herself into character. Yeah. But it worked. She played an amazing crackhead.
Oh, my God. The thought of Halle Berry stinking just really ruined my day just now.
Sorry.
No. But the last thing I want to say about this before we wrap this up is, I did enjoy Daniel Craig quite a bit as Detective Benoit Blanc.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's been a murder, and the killer is in plain sight. For at least one person, this is not a game. I must insist that nobody touch the body.
Jeez, detective.
What I really enjoy, besides the Southern accent, I really love the way he dressed. I'm like, I really need to start tucking in shirts into pleated pants without belts. I'm like, it has to be the right occasion. You got to do the whole outfit. But I was like, wow, I really need a moment where I can have a nice set of pleated trousers.
I liked him towards the end. His accent was starting to annoy me.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just seemed too, I don't know, maybe because I know he's British. And so just
laying it on too thick.
Yeah. It was a little too much. Like Helen, Janelle Monáe's character, it sounded natural. His sounded, it sounded fake to me. Like, we live in the South, so we know when people are, it's an authentic. and I just think
yeah, but he was playing a Southern aristocrat.
Yes, he was.
He really
was.
plays like a guy that in social circles that I'm not even privy to. You know. So he almost plays like the modern version of Val Kilmer's Doc Holliday. You know, like I'm your Huckleberry. You know, you're a Daisy if you do. You know, like that type of guy who's grown up in private schools but deep in the South. You know, so. But no, I liked it. So overall, I take where thumbs up, right?
Yeah, I give it 2 thumbs up. To steal out of from 10. Siskel and Ebert.
Ooh, what are you giving 10? It out of 10?
Out of 10, I think I would give it an 8.
Agreed. 8 out of 10. Kevin Samuels would be mad at us for saying 8 out of 10, but
why?
I think of this. You know, he used to give up women a hard time when they were rating themselves.
Oh.
So whenever I hear like anyone rate something a 7 or an 8, I'm like, oh, Kevin Samuels would not be amused. You
think of Kevin Samuels. Oh, all right.
Oh.
Well, R.I.P.
R.I.P. But no, I totally agree. I say 8 out of 10. I mean, really, I think for what it was, though, I can't think of anything that I would have liked more. I mean, maybe somebody different than Kate Hudson. I know you were a big fan of hers, but I don't know. I don't know. I really could have asked more from this. Let me bump it up a little bit. I say 9 out of 10. You say 8 out of 10. Wow. I'll say 9 out of 10 because I'm thinking if it's 8 out of 10, that means there's a little room for improvement, right?
Right.
And I'm thinking 10 out of 10 is perfect. It's like an instant classic. You know.
What's a 10 for you? What movie is a 10 for you?
I thought Get Out was a 10
for me. Which one?
Get Out. I thought Get Out was a 10.
Oh, yes. Just because Get Out was amazing. I'll go a little bit for me, The Color Purple is a 10.
Oh, you went way. You can't think of any more recent 10s?
I can't.
Jurassic Park
I don't.
Was a 10.
Oh, okay. Like the first one?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to think of something that I saw that was... Yeah, I got nothing. The Color Purple.
The Color Purple.
The Color Purple, just only because it's just one of those movies where, like, I laugh, I cry, I go through all the emotions. Like, it's perfect to me. From the beginning of the story all the way to how it culminates at the end. I love that movie. I love that movie. The Color Purple. I love the color purple, the actual color. Like, I love everything about it. Yeah, and there's just so many like quotables. I think if I had to pick another movie, this is also going way back. Coming to America to me is.
I knew you were going to say that. Once you said black quotables, I was like, oh, she's going to Coming to America.
Coming to America. I don't know if it's a 10, but like New Jack City. You know what it is? This is why I never see anything. New Jack City is like a 9. Okay, this is why I never see anything new. Is because TNT and all these shows or networks, they're constantly playing movies that I just watch repeatedly. Pretty Woman, that's probably a 9. I love that movie. I
would say Pretty Woman's a 10. You know,
it probably is. I
feel like some movies don't have to be like snooty Academy Award type movies, but sometimes everything comes together. I think sometimes the way a movie is directed, the chemistry of the actors elevates it to an instant classic. Like if you look at Back to the Future on paper, that's not a 10 out of 10. No. But once it all came together, once the performances, the way it stuck in people's minds, it's a classic. Footloose from the 80s with Kevin Bacon. Mm-hmm. They remade it. No one saw it because it was trash. Why?
Yeah.
Kevin Bacon was in the first one. John Lithgow was in the first one. Yeah. They were dancing their ass off.
Yeah. There's another movie that I absolutely love. We should just do a show one day where we sort of go over like our top movies. But
we can do it.
Steel Magnolias. And I feel bad because they remade that and they made a black version. And not everything works when you try to make a black version of something. Like to me, The Wiz will always be 1,000 times better than The Wizard of Oz. It just is. What? Oh my God. Okay. We're going to agree to disagree on that one. Like, I just love that movie. But like they remade and they did a black version of Steel Magnolias. And I feel bad that I don't like it because my oldest son is in that movie. He was in like like an extra, a background character. And he got to meet Queen Latifah and Alfre Woodard and all these people. But like Steel Magnolias is like, it's perfect. Like there are just certain movies, like certain artists and certain songs, Whitney Houston, that you should just never touch ever. And Steel Magnolias is, there doesn't need to be a black version. I'm sorry. There just doesn't.
Agreed. Well, here, how about this? So this is the end of our Glass Onion episode, but now here we are deciding we are going to go back and talk about movies that were remade that never should have been remade. And another episode that we're going to do our perfect 10 movies.
Oh, I like that.
2 episodes coming to the Unmitigated Gall podcast with Chevalerie. You've heard it here first.
I like that.
All right, Chevalerie, I've taken up enough of your time.
Yes,
I'll see you
I gotta
soon.
get ready. Go Cowboys.
Go Cowboys.
I have a feeling I won't be wearing this shirt much the rest of the season.
We know.